See that favorite brawler that you have on your battle card? That's probably your main. As of current, there are 96 brawlers in the game, and you probably main one of the 96 brawlers. Hi, this is Brawl Stars, and welcome to the first part of a two-part series of roasting all 96 brawlers inside of Brawl Stars. Before we begin, this video does contain a lot of swearing, so if you guys are sensitive, please click off the video. If you're still here, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on our second part. Enough being said, let's begin. I haven't seen any Shelly mains for like a couple of years now, and it's either because they're all touching each other inside of bushes and showdown maps, or they're players that don't play the game anymore because the only people who main Shelly are people who haven't played farther than 5 minutes. Oh boy, I can't wait for like half the community to start maining Nita because she's getting a Stranger Things hypercharged skin. Yay, more people who throw down their bears before their first bear even dies. Stupid little Cole mains, I'm gonna need you to listen. I'm gonna need you to listen real close, okay? You are not him on the Colts. Stop picking him everywhere. The next time I catch a Cole player in my rank match picking him on parallel plays, I'm gonna lose my There's two types of bull mains. There's Pika and then 9-year-old Dorito eating Cheeto finger iPad babies. You get as many bitches as the amount of supers you hit without Stomper. None! Out of all the marksmen in the game, you decided to main Fresh from Subway Surfers, and don't think you're good because you hit your shots. A wasted father of 5 could hit as many shots as you could, and even they have more spatial awareness than the entire Brock community combined. To all the El Primo mains, how did we go from Showdown to 3v3 to Showdown level gameplay in my 3v3? The only thing I currently see El Primo players ever doing is running away from problems and throwing enemies the minute they get their gadget, which includes the enemy Doug. Right into me. The only thing I ever see Barley mains doing is whining, moaning, groaning, bitching, complaining, seething, malding, and coping over anything that Supercell does. It's easy to be a public crybaby when you can't even be a crybaby with a bunch of other people, because every time that Supercell releases a new thrower, half the Barley fanbase is gone. Guys, hear me out. I figured out why Poco mains can't play Poco like a support. It's because of their real life circumstances. How are you going to support anybody in Brawl Stars if your father doesn't even support you in real life? There is genuinely no way you main Rosa outside of her title, because the only genuine thing I've ever seen a Rosa do in a map in like 2 years is use a wasabi power and write a racial slur with it in a showdown map. If you're desperate for attention, just say that. Ever wonder why Jessie mains are never on the enemy team? That's simply because Jessie mains are like your ex. They're always around, they're always bothering you, making your life more difficult, and just when you need them the most, they do something incredibly stupid that makes you hate them more. I know the Mandela era is gone, but I'm gonna say the same thing to you as I said to Cole mains. You are not him. Stop dyna jumping in my rank games, or I will come to your house and I will dyna jump on your mother. Tick mains have a very special gift. A very special gift where they, in full HD quality, can perfectly display to you, the player, how parentless they are. They have this special quality of showing you in perfect detail how long they have spent at the adoption center. They still have yet to leave. I can respect a good 8-bit main because most 8-bit mains are team players. Keyword, most. Because I've been seeing a very steadily increasing number of players being greedy motherfuckers running plugged in and ruining their entire reputation of 8-bit mains. Why? You know how Rico and Piper have a love relationship in the Brawl Stars lore? It's kinda ironic because Rico mains don't actually have a love life. They're stuck in the closet because, as Spenelcy says, if you like Rico, you like balls. I hope what happens in Egg Rico's losing animation happens to you in real life. You disgust me. I swear to God, most Daryl mains were Daryl mains just to ride on the bandwagon, because there is no way Daryl mains spent a year complaining to Supercell asking for a Daryl rework, and then Supercell gives it to him, and then all of the Daryl mains are gone. What the f? You know how I said Jessie mains are like your ex? Penny mains are like the neighbor's kid. They're annoying, you don't want to play with them, they're short, and they have massive anger issues. And by short, I can also mean tiny, minuscule, almost non-existent in size. Like the amount of players that actually play Penny. Dear Carl mains, after a thorough analysis on your behaviors, our team has found no trace of bitches. In light of this discovery, we kindly advise that you refrain from offering commentary on Riz, pulling, or any topic remotely related to attraction until further notice. Respectfully, the Bureau of People who actually get some. I have yet to see a single interesting Jackie main in my Brawl Stars career. Until further notice, I will constantly explain to you guys why Jackie mains are the reason why shampoo bottles have instructions. I know I called 8-Bit a greedy motherfucker, but look at Gus, man. You could be at 500 HP and Gus will use the shield on himself, and if he's actually not greedy and wants to use the shield on you, he's gonna miss. I sometimes feel like it's on purpose, but he is going to miss, guaranteed. Fun fact about bow mines, they can be tripped without actually stunning anybody. Also, fun fact, both players cannot hit anybody unless their mines have stunned anybody. If you can put 2 and 2 together, you can probably see how terrible bow mains are at the game. Gadget whore. 9 out of 10 stew players are cocky motherfuckers who will miss an open net and blame their teammates. And the other one stew player is the stew player who will try to dash through a wall without their breakthrough gadget. Are you tired of seeing Piper mains jump into a 3-stack of enemies thinking she's an assassin? Well, too damn bad, because we're about to get an influx of more Piper mains just to prove to us how ass Piper mains are at the game with that new Piper mecha skin. It's gonna be a rough ride, get ready for it. I believe that Pam mains are just as much as bandwagon riders as Daryl mains. I can almost guarantee you, the minute Pam gets her hypercharge, the Pam mains are going to disappear. We'll never see them again, and the only ones you'll ever see is those random people who get 30 views on YouTube getting the Your Mom title. I said this once already and I'll say it again. If you mained Frank before the rework, I respect you, but to the 99% of people who mained Frank after the rework, you do not deserve love from your parents. I'm convinced that BB mains' heads are denser than bricks. Their 2 brain cells in their head are fighting for 3rd place, as you might say it. There's a philosophy I have about BB players, and it's the fact that if you ever give them the ball in Brawl Ball, they cannot shoot the ball in an open net to save their life. The only way they'll ever score is if they walk it in like true brick. There was a situation a long time ago in Ranked where B players were notorious for playing on hacked clients. And it's not really a big surprise. The only difference between playing on a hacked client and playing as B normally is the fact that you're not able to dodge properly. The simple gameplay is very simple and B players know this, and they're addicted to the simple ideology of button mashing the red button to the point where it needs therapy. I would never trust Nani mains behind the cockpit of an airplane, and it's simply because 90% of the time, Nani mains do not know what they're doing. They're either full sending ammo until an enemy is dumb enough to get full clipped by a randomly fired shot, or they're throwing out peep and aiming it like they're reading the screen in Braille. Fun fact, that often doesn't really lead to getting a hit. I could have both of my arms amputated and still count the amount of smart Edgar players on my fingers. Edgar fanbase never fails to disappoint because that's all they ever do, both in the game and in real life. I really do feel bad for their parents, if they still have them by this point, because I highly doubt that is true. Griff mains are the true representation of capitalism, in the sense that your 2 teammates on your team are the working class, do all the work while you as the Griff do absolutely nothing but random bullshit and then get star player, and then treat it like you did everything. You're simply either Brawler Reflex or a 9-to-5 worker who doesn't like their job. We can tell. Grom mains, you no longer have to lie, we know you're doing this for the title and the title alone. You can tell exactly who's a Grom main by the fact that their name is usually some shit like I beat my wife with one left hand or I stroke my shit with one left hand. There is no in between. While I acknowledge that Bonnie mains are the nicest, sweetest people in the world, there's the 5%. You know them. The creepy people, the vile people that match the energy of cringe and touch grass energy as Minecraft YouTubers when they get famous. I seen a thing about Bonnie x Gus and it made me want to gouge my eyes out, and now I do not want to know what else Bonnie is shipped. Wow, I'm surprised people actually main the Brawler equivalent of watching paint dry. You're probably a boring individual in real life, and your friends probably exclude you out of any of their friend group activities. You are part of the 95%, probably still read stories on Wattpad, and you're probably in contact with 1 or 2 artists that specialize in... I'll let you fill in the blanks on this. Oh wow, you're a Bell main, congratulations. I've heard you say that like 5 times already. Did you want a cookie for that? I mean, I could give you a cookie. It's probably gonna be a raisin cookie though, because that is as boring as your Brawler is. I'm sorry, Ashmains, I don't really have anything else to say to you, apart from the fact that you guys are as forgettable as white crayons. I thought I wouldn't have to talk about Lola. I thought we were past the Colette. Why are you down bad for crazy bitches, man? She's a 5 out of 10, stops commenting Mommy Lola in YouTube comments. You ruined a good Brawler, man. Oh my god, why? Sam mains have no chill, and that I mean they literally will throw their knuckle busters at the first thing they see on their screen at any point in time, whether or not it's good or bad. And you'll know this because they always end up getting the worst KDs on your team no matter what matchup they're. I cannot believe I'm about to say these 2 words in the same sentence, But Mandy mains are ADHD lesbians. You just have to watch their content to know what I mean by that, because I honestly couldn't tell you what I mean by Maisie mains. I swear to God, if you guys start auto-aiming in my rank matches again, I'm going to your house and uninstalling System 32 on your PC. Also, finish them as the better gadget, fight me. Fun fact, Hank mains are responsible for some of the most brain rot content in the entire history of Brawl Stars. Also, fun fact, it's not funny, stop pretending it is. You play knockout, you sit in a bush, you wait for your heat, you use your gadget, you miss your gadget, and then you freak out because you don't know what to do afterwards. Such is the life of every single Pearl main. There is not one Pearl main that is different from them. Nothing can make me forget the amount of torment and trauma y'all caused 2 years ago. If I had $5 to my name, I'd buy a pack of Nature Valley granola bars, eat them, and then spread the crumbs on your bed. I can't personally believe that a straight person mains Angelo. You either main him for his zesty personality or your zesty personality. It's one or the other, get out of the closet. Hey, remember a long time ago when I said that Barley mains just whine, groan, moan, and complain about everything? Berry mains do the exact same thing, except they're the easiest class of brawlers in the game to absolutely rage bait. Shade mains are hella sad that you can't stack infinite speed like you could before. But shade mains are also full of like toxic, sweaty tryhards that need to take a shower. Yes, I'm talking about you, right now. Go take a shower. You can watch this video in a later. The entire Meeple community is full of rage baiters. You cannot tell me you're not. His entire kit is literally tailored to rage bait content. You make everyone else's life around you worse for your own personal gain, so I believe that you should also not get any sort of enjoyment in your life. Chunky gets funky. Yeah, you're also funky in real life. I'm not repeating myself. Watch the shade section. Do exactly what I tell them to do. I'm not repeating myself.